With a massive stretch of road covered over the last couple of days, Corneille and his friends still has a lot to discover. On this episode, the team takes part in a signing tradition. They find this lonely guy in the middle of nowhere, and an elephant takes part in a show and tell at the Puros Canyon. Join us as we continue our scenic adventure through the Namibian landscape on this episode of Tusk and Tyre Overlanding.
We spent a good evening camped in the Hartmannsvlakte. Quiet, simple, and exactly what we needed. In the morning we had a small breakfast, packed up and pointed the vehicles towards the Hartmannsvlakte. Not long after, the mountains began to loosen their grip. The hard, rocky ridges fell away, and in front, the landscape opened up into what feels like the true beginning of the Vlakte. And it hit us all at once. The contrast is almost unreal. Dark brown and black mountains standing like sentinels on the horizon, while the ground shifts beneath you from deep red dune sand to pale, almost white sand that looked like it belongs to another planet. We stopped for a late brunch, not because we were hungry, but because we needed a moment to take it in. We stood there in complete silence, honestly amazed at the beauty and the solitude of it all. And the truth is, no words and no video will ever fully tell the story of what we saw with our own eyes. Adele said it perfectly. Out here, it's beauty on top of beauty. The scene changes so often, and each one somehow tries to outdo the last. It's almost impossible to absorb it all. And somewhere in the back of our minds is that fear that we will forget the details, the colors, the feeling. But lucky for her, she's traveling with someone trying to capture it all for YouTube. And even though I'm only showing you a small piece of our journey, where paths begin, there is still so much footage waiting to be revealed. One thing I know for sure, even if my memory fades, this place won't, and I will certainly be back in Kaokoland. We are currently here by Groendrom, and we had the privilege to come replace a diary book for Elise from Blinkgat Products, as George from Trans Africa Tours took her previous book and he delivered it to her in Delmas. So there's another book that you guys must come and fill in and write a message. In about another 6 or 7 years' time, she'll come past and most probably pick it up and contact each and every one of you. So leave your email address and she'll contact you.
En opgetel by Sandvishawe. Ja, was
Dit is toe hulle nou die karavaantjie en goeders hier gelos het.
Is dit toe die was die jare al hier gelos, bro?
Ek weet nie. Hier was 'n ys, daar is nie meer 'n yskas by Groendrom nie.
Nee, die yskas is weg.
Mondile. Ek het maar net my handtekening bygesit.
Maar wie sit dit by nou ook by?
Wat jy nou?
Oh nee.
Ek is mensie. Nee, jy's julle aantekeninge oorspeel nou myne. Wat die hell is daai?
Ex-Overland, if you ever get to see this video, your brandy bottle is empty, eh? You need to come and replace it.
Dis onkel Alfred, hoor.
Maar
2008.
O, okay.
Ja, skryf jy e-mailadres.
Waar's die pen? Hierso.
And while Adele is writing in her email address, it is the 25th of December 2025, Christmas Day at Groendrom. How awesome can it be?
25 December 2025. We don't have a green Christmas tree, but we have a green drum.
So dis so ons sakkie lyk. Die kom van ouma Koeks af gesponsor, die sweeties van Noah. Ons shooterglasies, $1 en dan 'n mooi klippie wat ek opgetel het. Nou, waar sit ek ons? Ek kom maar binne die
die treine.
Die treinetjie. En dan eendag wanneer ons weer terugkom, dan kom kyk ons weer.
Okay, so Elise, if you ever watch this video, here's your book. And it's going into the Blinkgat caravan. There's it. A new book to come write your stories in. Tell Elise about your journey, where you've been, what you've done, where you're going to. From here, we're on the way to Puros, but I don't think we're going to make it. I think we're going to wild camp again somewhere along the road, and then I'll catch up with you when we're there. Refill stop. The refill stop.
Ja, net so.
Ja, ek het gesien daai een lek verskriklik baie. Ja, ek het hom verkeerd opgesit.
Dalk sit ek weet nie, ergens het hy nie mooi gesien dalk.
Wat is aan die gebeur hier?
Hier kook ons man. Hier kook ons man met
Ons maak nou oestertjies.
met 'n lekker kaktusie. En oba's rooi daar. Lekker te baas. Lekker rooi. En mooi rooi soutjies. En lekker swart gekraakte pepertjies. So in. So.
Net vir altyd.
So kan ons op aan neem.
Nee, jy daai bietjie van die sout.
En dat gaan neem.
Nee, dat is nie so.
Ek nou net vir my gesê met die koning. Hoarusib happens.
Koester, jy. Terug.
Okay, 5 4 3 2 1 kom met die goed word warm.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Symbool.
Dat hy val.
En hier op kamera het ons vir Aiden Hamilton.
Oei. Maar ek het nie, dit was nie so vinnig.
Of is dit Aiden Schumacher?
Aiden Schumacher. Een van die twee.
So we found our first lone men of the Kaokoland. We've basically covered Kaokoland. There's a lot of places that we didn't drive. But yeah, we found our first lone men. I don't know how much more there is and exactly where they are, as we're honoring the mystery of finding them. so I won't share the location where this one is, but drop in the comments how many of the lone men have you guys found. Don't share where you found them. Let's keep the mystery alive. Our first lone men of Kaokoland. So this is number 22, and I don't know what you would call it in English, but it looks like me to a moedeloze man. Hope we find some more of them. If you know where it is, drop I know down in the comments. Please don't disclose the location of this lone man. And we found number 10. Let's see how much more we can find. And I would like to know the story about the lone men. Who put them here and why? Anybody of you know? Drop it in the comments.
Into Puros just before sunset. The timing couldn't be better. The last light dropped into the valley, turning the rocks warm and soft, while the Hoarusib River lay below like a highway of sand. And when you look at the drone footage, you can see why this place feels so special. The open river corridor cutting through a dry world. An ephemeral river that still brings life when it runs, as we see in the trees anchored in the riverbed, providing some shade and comfort in this brutal landscape. Puros is not just a campsite on a route. It sits in the conservatory, which was established in May 2000, covering a rough area of more than 3,500 square kilometers. As the sun disappears and the valley cools, it does not feel like another stop. It feels like one of Kaokoland's quiet strongholds, a hidden scenic gem that meets the river, the mountain, and the sunset in one frame.
We are driving in the Puros Canyon. A lot of small streams to cross, and hoping to find some elephant. As my previous visit to this canyon, we saw plenty of elephants. So here's a couple of meters of the footage of the canyon, and then I'll show you the famous Puros Gorge, where we usually stop to take pictures. Enjoy! Entering the famous Puros Gorge. Photo time, photo time. Hope we don't get stuck. Came to Puros Canyon for a drive, and we are at the famous Puros Gorge, where we usually stop and take photos of the vehicles inside the gorge. You can see it there in the back of the footage. An awesome drive. Beautiful to be in Namibia. The Paparazzi is also here. That's what we call it, yeah. We're in Puros Canyon and we came across one of these giants. Very,
Is that a pistol in your pocket, or you just happy to see me?
very, very relaxed. This was a big bull elephant we got in Puros Canyon. Listen to how he's scratching himself. Very relaxing watching an elephant just doing its daily thing. Oh well, it's getting late. We need to go make yesterday's Christmas potjie today. Start this train. Let's roll. So Stefan, what are you preparing for us?
Rogan Josh lamb potjie.
Rogan Josh. Who's that?
Hoarusib River Canyon potjie.
Can you guys smell that?
Coming together nicely.
Can we not?
No. The people on YouTube.
Improvised.
Why is it called Rogan Josh?
Because it's Indian curry lamb potjie that I'm making tonight.
Oh, why didn't you just say that? So that's our Christmas potjie we're having on the 26th of December, because yesterday we were driving and we arrived late at Puros. But we visited Puros Canyon today and we're having our Christmas potjie today that Stefan is preparing for us.
Nou wat so ek het daai olifant probeer dignity gee op die foto's wat ek geneem het.
Some days you cover distance, other days you collect memories. Wind across the plains, a lone figure on the horizon, a camp that feels like home. Puros gave us space to breathe and to remember what matters. The next episode, we leave this calm behind and head into the unknown. See you in part 6.
There's more than you've been told. 'Cause the road don't end where the sun goes down. It just points to the next stop.